Hi everyone, it's Mylene here of Life Simplified, and welcome to the very first episode of my series Financial Friday. And today we will talk about mortgages. Just a quick disclaimer, I am currently a full-time housewife. I am not affiliated with any bank or brokerage. Everything that will be discussed here are solely for information purposes only and should not be taken as an advice. In the past few weeks, a few of my friends who are currently thinking of buying a home have approached me asking me for some advice when it comes to home buying. And this is just because they know that I used to work in the mortgage industry. And again, I would like to reiterate, I am not working in the mortgage industry right now. I am just a full-time housewife and I'm just doing this for public service. So my friends asked me, what are the different process of home buying? And it's strange because I know there's a lot of information out there about the home buying process. However, they are all in English. So I thought it will be more helpful if I will make a video like this that is explaining the home buying process in our native language or in Tagalog, so we will have a better understanding of how the process works. So the first step in the home buying process is getting pre-approved. Dapat magpa-pre-approve muna kayo. Very important yun kasi it will save you a lot of time. Getting a pre-approval will allow you to know kung ano yung price range na kaya nyong i-afford. And at the same time, pinakamahirap yung sitwasyon na mag-o-offer kayo sa bahay, ma-accept yung offer nyo, and then eventually, kapag isinubmit na sa bangko, malalaman nyo, hindi pala kayo approved just because you have problems with your credit or kulang pa yung pang down payment nyo. So it's always important na mag-ready kayo, and there are two important things na kailangan yung i-ready bago nyo i-consider yung pagpapa-pre-approve. So the first one is the down payment. Saan manggagaling ang down payment? So there are a few sources of down payment that are acceptable. Number one, through your own savings. And I believe right now you have to have at least your savings built up within the 90-day period, or at least nasa bangko nyo na within 90 days. Kasi manghihingi yung mga bangko ng 90 days transaction history. Okay? Now, if you don't have any down payment saved up, there is also another option of the gift. So gift from family or friends. But this gift does not have to be payable. Dapat hindi siya babayaran. Okay? Hindi siya utang. So dapat siya sole gift talaga. If you want this process to be smooth and beneficial for you until the end, I suggest na kung gift talaga yung down payment nyo, gift talaga siya. Hindi siya dapat babayaran. Okay? The third one, you can also use your down payment from a borrowed source, like a line of credit. I know in other banks, they are accepting the line of credits as a down payment. Isinasama na lang siya dun sa calculation ng TDS and GDS, and I will discuss more about it on my next videos. Is it advisable to use your line of credit or RRSP loan for your down payment? That's a question na siguro kayo na lang din ang makakasagot. Ideally, we don't encourage using borrowed sources for down payment because at the end, mahihirapan kayo just because may payment na kayo dun sa line of credit at the same time may payment pa kayo sa mortgage. However, kung masyado namang malaki yung income nyo and you can afford making payments in both type of lending facility, then that's fine. As long as pasok yung GDS and TDS ninyo, that should not be a problem. Another type of down payment is RRSP. If you have saved up on your registered retirement savings plan, that's also an option for you to use as a down payment. So we will be discussing more about the details of how this down payment works in my next video. So apart from the down payment, there is also another very important thing that you have to consider first before getting pre-approved. What is that? That is your credit score. How do you know your credit score? You can contact Equifax or TransUnion. Every one of us pwede tayong kumuha ng free credit report natin once a year through TransUnion and Equifax. So you can contact them and then ask for a copy of your credit report, and they will send that information to you. Ano ba yung credit rating na dapat? Minimum at least 650. 650, okay ang magiging approval nyo, and probably you will enjoy a better rate. 650 below, pwede pa rin naman, nagagawa ng paraan ng mga broker, pero medyo mataas na ang rate, and sometimes depende dun sa transaction history mo. Kung may mga late payments ka, kung pangit yung record mo, then depende pa rin. Ano? Kapag kasi merong late payments, yung mga underwriters, very picky sila. Kahit maganda yung credit score sometimes, kapag may mga late payments, at madalas yung late payments, medyo picky sila. Medyo mahigpit sila pagdating sa ganun. So, those are the two important things for you to know in the pre-approval process. You have to have your down payment saved up, and then you have to get your credit score sorted out. May mga kliyente ako dati na nung pumunta sa akin, sobrang baba ng credit score nila just because there are erroneous reporting that happen in their credit report. So it's always good for you to look into your credit score, see if there are things there that needs to be corrected, get those sorted out first before you come to your bank or go to your bank and ask for a pre-approval. Okay? Now, the main question about the pre-approval is it a firm approval? Pre-approvals are not firm approvals. Just because if you have, let's say, most of the people, especially sa sa community natin, most of us, we can only afford 5% down payment. So, dalawa kasi yung proseso ng approval niyan. So, may approval sa bangko, and then may approval din sa CMHC, or yung tinatawag nating insurer. Okay? So, kapag 5% lang yung down payment nyo, your mortgage is mandatory to be insured through either CMHC, Genworth, or Canada Guarantee. So we will be talking more about ano yung CMHC, Genworth, and Canada Guarantee na yan in my next videos. But for now, just for the sake of discussion of whether a pre-approval is a firm approval, hindi po firm yan. So po pwedeng approve kayo ngayon, and then kapag nag-submit na kayo ng actual application, there is still a chance na ma-decline siya depending on the circumstances. Okay? So, i-discuss natin yan in my future videos as well. I-breakdown natin siya kasi I don't want to make these videos really long. I just want to give you an overview of what the home buying process is. Okay? Okay, so next step on the home buying process is to form your team. Ano ba yung team na dapat i-form? So, sa home buying process, there are a few people that are involved. Meron tayong mortgage specialist or mortgage broker, meron tayong realtor, meron tayo dapat home inspector, and meron tayo dapat lawyer. Okay? Ano ba yung pagkakaiba ng mortgage specialist at saka, or mortgage broker at saka realtor? So, yung mortgage specialist or yung mortgage broker, sila yung nagpo-process ng approval nyo sa bangko. So, sa kanila kayo magbibigay ng income documentations nyo. Basically, anything about financing, sila yung nag-handle nun. Okay? So, yung realtor naman, sila yung sasama sa inyo sa pagbili ng bahay. So, kung meron kayong property na gustong tingnan, sila yung sasama sa inyo para i-show yung property na interesado kayo. So, yun yung difference ng realtor at saka ng mortgage specialist. Okay? So, may kanya-kanyang expertise siya. Mortgage specialist and mortgage broker, sa finance side siya. Sa realtor naman, sa real estate siya or sa home buy, sa pagbili ng bahay. Yung mga dapat tingnan, kung ano yung mga importanteng dapat tingnan sa pagbili ng bahay. Realtor yung mag-guide sa inyo pagdating doon. So, ang tanong, may bayad ba? May bayad ba kapag kumuha ka ng mortgage broker or mortgage specialist or realtor? Wala pong bayad yun. So, walang bayad para mag-avail kayo ng expertise ng isang mortgage broker or mortgage specialist or a realtor. it's always good to get someone who is expert in that field engaged. Dahil bago tayo, hindi natin alam lahat. Ako nga, nagtrabaho na ako sa mortgage industry. I can't say na alam ko na lahat. Maraming tayong dapat malaman, and only an expert would be able to guide us properly. So, wag kayong mag-hesitate na mag-contact sa broker or sa realtor kasi wala naman po talagang bayad yun. And at the same time, magiging easier yung journey nyo into home buying kung meron kayong guidance ng realtor at ng mortgage specialist. Okay? You cannot figure everything out. Marami kayong iisipin. Pagdating sa home buying, it's stressful enough. So, it's gonna be much easier kung meron kayong mortgage broker, mortgage specialist, at saka realtor. The next person that should be involved in the home buying process is a home inspector. I cannot stress this enough sa mga kliyente ko. Very important na ipa-inspect nyo yung property nyo. Kasi hindi naman lahat ng damage ng bahay nakikita natin sa panlabas lang. Especially yung mga sewage, yung mga line, yung mga gas lines, yung mga yon, dapat yun ipa-inspect nyo kasi it will cost you so much money para ipagawa yung mga yon. So it's important na meron kayong home inspector na i-involve sa home buying process. And last person that you will be dealing with is the lawyer. Lawyer is very important. Okay? So ideally, dapat iba ang lawyer ng seller at iba ang lawyer ng buyer para walang conflict of interest or vested interest na tinatawag. I know for most banks, they don't allow na pareho yung lawyer ng buyer and seller. Pero some brokers, they do that. I don't see that as long as kilala nyo naman and you think that your lawyer will represent you properly, that lawyer, and wala namang magkakaroon ng conflict of interest, then go for it. But personally, I would not encourage na pareho ang lawyer ng seller at saka ng buyer, just so merong check and balance. Okay? So again, those are the 4 people that should be involved in the home buying process: a mortgage specialist or a mortgage broker, yung realtor, and then inspector and the lawyer. So yung inspector and lawyer, may bayad po yun. Kasama siya dun sa closing cost na tinatawag. We will be discussing more about the cost associated with home buying in my next video. Okay? So, after nyo ma-form yung team nyo, pupunta kayo sa mortgage specialist or mortgage broker nyo, and then magpapa-pre-approve kayo. Okay? So, pag nagpa-pre-approve na kayo at meron na kayong amount na sinabi ng mortgage broker nyo na, let's say you are qualified for 200,000, then you can now start looking for houses. At pag meron na kayong nagustuhan na house, then you will make an offer. Kapag nag-offer kayo, this is where it's very important na merong realtor. Kasi pag may realtor kayo, yung mga legal documents na kailangan nyo to make an offer are already prepared for you. Kung wala kayong realtor, sometimes yung mga seller, they don't have that. They don't have that legal papers. It's accessible online, so pwede pa rin naman. But if you are stressed enough sa paghahanap ng bahay, I think it will be easier for you kung merong realtor. Maiga-guide din kayo dun sa pag-fill up ng form. Okay, so that's why a role of a realtor is very important in this part of the home buying process, making an offer. Okay? Apart from that, another importance bakit kailangan may realtor. May mga sections kasi dun sa offer natin na very important na tinitingnan ng bangko. Like yung condition of financing, kailan ba dapat malaman kung approve kayo o hindi? Kailan ang possession date? Ano-ano yung mga included doon sa purchase and sale agreement nyo. Okay? So, once nag-offer na kayo dun sa property na interesado kayo, it's either ma-accept yung offer nyo or po pwede siyang ma-decline. Pwede siyang i-accept or po pwede siyang i-counter offer ng seller. Okay? And yun, role na ng realtor nyo, yung makipag-negotiate dun sa seller. Okay? So, once you have an accepted offer, we will move on to the next process. So now, you have an accepted offer, na-sign nyo na rin yung purchase and sale agreement. The next step is for you to send that purchase and sale agreement to your mortgage specialist or mortgage broker for the actual mortgage application. So remember, do sa pre-approval, hindi pa yun firm approval, but the preliminaries have already been done, meaning na-isend nyo na yung down payment documents nyo, na-isend nyo na yung mga income documents nyo. Everything is already in place. Ang kulang na lang is yung purchase and sale agreement. Okay? So, isesend nyo ngayon yung purchase and sale agreement. Your mortgage broker or your mortgage specialist will put your file together and submit it for underwriting. Hindi po mortgage specialist at mortgage broker ang nag-a-approve. Isinesend po nila yan sa respective underwriting department ng bangko where they are dealing with, kung saan nila ipapasok yung mortgage nyo. At yung underwriting team, sila yung mag-a-approve ng mortgage nyo. Okay? Normally, it takes about 7 business days para makuha yung final approval ng inyong mortgage. Okay? So after nyong makuha yung final approval ng mortgage nyo, actually in between that, dapat ipa-inspect nyo na yung property. Meron kasing dalawang level yan sa mortgage approval. Merong tinatawag na conditional approval and merong tinatawag na final approval. Conditional approval meaning dumaan na siya sa pagre-review ng underwriting and all, kumbaga, technically, approve ka na in terms of capacity. And yung next level naman ng approval is for compliance, where they verify all the documents that you submit to them. Yung mga pay stub nyo, dyan nila bubusisiin yan. Kung peke ba yung pay stub, meron bang sign ng fraud dun sa pay stub. Sometimes they would also call your employers to verify yung employment nyo, no? So, dun nangyayari yon. Kaya, until nakuha nyo na yung final approval at hindi conditional approval, that's the only time na pwede na kayong makahinga. Kasi pwedeng approve kayo, qualified kayo, pero hindi pa kayo final approved dahil i-check pa yung authenticity nung documents ninyo. Okay? So, in between, habang nangyayari yon, pag nakuha nyo na yung conditional approval, dapat magpa-inspect na kayo. Personally, I don't recommend doing the inspection unless na nakuha na yung final financing approval. Just because ayokong magbayad yung kliyente ng inspection fee nang hindi pa sigurado na approve yung financing nila. Kasi may mga sitwasyon na nagbayad na ng inspection fee, napa-inspect na yung bahay, and then suddenly may problema pala yung CMHC dun sa property na binibili nila, o may record sa CMHC yung property na binibili nila at hindi siya na-approve ng CMHC. So that is just one example na bakit towards the end dapat gawin yung inspection at hindi within that period of getting the financing. Okay? So, once na nagawa na yung inspection at everything is good to go, then pwede na tayo mag-move on dun sa next step. So, after nyo na makuha yung approval dun sa bangko, yung bangko ise-send ngayon yung mortgage documents nyo sa lawyer para sa i-process yung pagta-transfer ng title and everything and ng mortgage, ano? Kapag na-submit na ng bangko nyo sa lawyer nyo yung mortgage documents, normally what's gonna happen, tatawagan kayo ng secretary ng lawyer to set up an appointment para sa meeting. Usually, the meeting happens a week before the possession date. Doon yung ngayon dadalhin yung bank draft para sa down payment nyo at para sa closing cost. Yung secretary ng lawyer, she will contact you and she will let you know how much should be the total amount of the bank draft na kailangan yung dalhin doon sa meeting. Okay? After nyong makipag-meet sa lawyer, then move on tayo sa pinaka-exciting na part, which is the possession date. So, yung possession date, yun yung time kung saan magmo-move in na kayo dun sa property. Party-party na after, no? So, magmo-move in na kayo dun sa property, bibigay na ng lawyer sa inyo yung susi ng bahay. Once na nag-move in kayo, make sure that you check everything, na lahat gumagana. Ask your realtor ano yung time frame pag meron kayong nakitang damage dun sa property or meron dun sa agreement na hindi nasunod. You should contact your lawyer so that they can notify yung lawyer ng seller kung meron man kayong issue dun sa property upon the possession date. So those are basically the process of home buying. The first one, get pre-approved first. The next one, form your team. Third one, make an offer. Fourth one, get your house inspected. Fifth one, get the final approval from your mortgage specialist. Sixth one would be to meet with your lawyer. And last one is the possession date. I hope that this video helped you a lot. So for the next video, we will be talking about the cost of home buying. Ano-ano ba yung mga cost involved sa pagbili ng bahay? Okay, and thank you again, and this is Maylene from Life Simplified. Bye!